All you can eat buffet workers, what are your horror stories? Not a horror story, just funny. I worked at Wendy's when they had salad bars. You could get a single serving bowl. They used to serve eat in chili in styrofoam bowls, and the large doubled as a chili bowl, or all you can eat platters. The taco salad bottom plate. On a slow afternoon, this guy came in and got a single serving bowl. After a few minutes, our manager motioned to me and the sandwich guy to discreetly take a look at the salad he was making. The guy had filled the bowl with salad, then made a ring of overlapping cucumber slices to extend the lip of the bowl upwards. He filled that with salad, then added another ring. It took several minutes to build this thing, but by the time he'd finished, he had a tower of salad well over a foot tall, with multiple rings of cucumber slices containing it. That salad was an engineering marvel. He carefully carried it back to his table, sat down, then looked up guiltily as our manager walked out to him. The manager handed him a free item coupon and said, "That is the most impressive salad I have ever seen. Your next one is on me." Picked up some fish and chips recently. Saw they had all you can eat on Wednesdays. So I asked what is the most that someone. 18 pieces of fish and 3 plates. She held up this huge platter of fries every single Wednesday. So he eats that exact order every week? Yes, and he goes to a different all you can eat every day of the week. He got banged from the Chinese place down the road. That's kind of sad. Obviously an eating addiction. I agree, though I wonder if anything comes from that part of the brain that feels like they're winning by feeling like they're getting their dollar sign worth at it. I don't necessarily mean winning like games. A lot of people are taking it as a gambling comparison. Some people just really don't want to spend money on anything, so they can feel like they get the most stuff out of their money. It's not always just about food. I sorta took it there by accident by mentioning taste. Kinda like people I know who never want to splurge for some good quality shit that tastes a lot better. They feel compelled to always only buy the cheapest thing. A college friend worked at a Chinese buffet. He said they caught a regular dipping his pizza in the wonton soup bowl, like, in the queue, and not at his table, and eating it. Bite, dip, bite, dip, bite, dip. After the 4th time in a month, he did it. Management finally kicked him out. Like he brought pizza into the buffet, or this was a Chinese place that also does pizza. Every Chinese buffet has one terrible pepperoni pizza for the picky eater kids, with exactly 1 piece of pepperoni on each slice, in accordance with international Chinese buffet law. There was one buffet serving pizza with 2 to 3 pepperonis on each slice. It wasn't long before they got raided by the feds. Flew too close to the sun. God damn it. God damn it. Not an employee, but once I saw someone using their shirt as a bag and filled it with BBQ chicken wings. You promised me you wouldn't tell anyone. At one point I worked for a pizza place that used to have a day buffet that I would make pizzas for. One time 2 huge dudes come in the moment we open for the buffet. The manager on duty dropped the first 2 pizzas down on the buffet, turned to grab the next 2, turned back and both pizzas were gone. A few minutes later both dudes walk back up and each take an entire pizza again and walk back to continue eating. They proceeded to do this over and over, grabbing an entire pizza each for themselves for the entire 3 hours we were offering the buffet. Was one hell of a day. Edit. With all the replies, haha. Big as in morbidly obese and Pizza Hut 2011 with regular dough, not thin, medium pizzas, 12 inches / roughly 30 centimeter diameter, sized pizzas. Dominance. Established. I had a co-worker that briefly managed Orion's buffet. He said that it was fairly common for people to gorge themselves, then purge in the restroom, and start eating again, so that they could get their money's worth. Leave it to Ryan's buffet, where the quantity is the goal and 8-year-old kids are 6'0" with mustaches. When you talk about something gross at a buffet, Ryan's is always there to say hold my beer. They legit just have ham sitting in boiled water. Hot ham water. There was a fairly expensive restaurant in Dallas in the 80s called Southern Kitchen. About $25 per person back then with food served to the table. Really good stuff. They were famous for cinnamon rolls. The owner said he'd seen many women ruin expensive purses hiding those rolls. Man, I miss that place. That's about $60 in today's dollars, for anybody who cares. Obligatory, not a buffet worker, just a witness. We were waiting in line for the soft serve machine at Golden Corral. The woman in front of us gets up to the machine and awkwardly jerks the handle around in an attempt to get at the sweet ice cream within. She's pushing, pulling, twisting, doing literally everything but turning it to the right, which would have dispensed the ice cream. She's really perplexed by this. So she takes the next logical step, of course, which is to wrap her lips around the spout, form a seal on it with her mouth, and start trying to suck it right out of the tap. One of the workers sees this and looks on in disgust before he unplugs the machine. On the way out, we see that he put an out of order sign on it, so thankfully they didn't keep serving it after that whole incident. Well, if you can't jerk it, then suck it. Pickle boy. There was this man who used to come into our restaurant who clearly wasn't all there in the head. He was functional but very weird. As the months progressed, he got way weirder. He started wearing women's underwear over his clothes, even going so far as to stuff his bra. Picture a 6 feet 2 inches 250-pound dude with a baby face wearing silky underpants and a lace bra over ratty jeans and a stained Hawaiian shirt. That's our guy. He went from being able to hold a sort of normal conversation to just spouting conspiracy theory word salad. But the weirdest thing was his change of eating habits. He used to eat a variety of our soup/salad/baked potato options from our buffet, but as his mental health deteriorated, so did his desire for variety, I guess. By the time his weirdness devolved to aggression, and we had to 86 him, he was coming in for 2 things, pickles and ranch dressing. He'd pile as many pickle slices as he could onto his plate, then put so much ranch on them the dressing and pickle juice would be running all over the tray. He'd eat it all, and his face would be covered in ranch and pickle bits. Then he'd drink water straight from the pitcher he inevitably stole from the wait station, slimming it with pickle ranch slobber. Never a dull moment with that dude around. Pickle boy, wherever you are today, I really hope you got the help you so desperately needed, but I was not sorry to see you go. Eater. For those who are asking about the term 86, on this case it means we kicked him out permanently. I worked at a pizza buffet for 2 years during college. I have a number of stories, but the one that I will always remember is the guy who got super upset that we wouldn't make more dessert pizza when we were half an hour past closing time. This guy comes in with his presumed wife and 2 children around 8:30. We close at 9. Nothing out of the ordinary happens until 9 rolls around, where it was still commonplace for people to be finishing up and eating what pizza was still left. I was doing the dishes and taking the empty dishes back from the buffet, and I see this guy, arms crossed and staring at me as I take the empty dessert pizza dish. He says something to the effect of, "When the next one coming out?" I never got any. I let him know that we close at 9 and we can't really make anything past then because the oven gets shut off. Luckily the manager overheard this and stepped in to back me up, and I quickly scamper off to the back to continue the dishes. He seemed pissed, but it wasn't unheard of, as being a cheap pizza buffet, you don't exactly bring in the most affluent of folks. About 5 minutes later, as I'm finishing up the plates, the same manager comes barreling through the back door, out of breath. He grabs 2 of the long wooden pizza pushers and says, "Come with me." I have no idea what's going on, but I grab the pusher and follow him out the door. I learned later on that he started flipping out, throwing the register and a fish bowl. He grabbed a broom and swung that around, hitting the girl behind the counter. As I exit from the back, this guy is screaming and ranting unintelligibly. He was just asking for a fight. He walked up to the manager, got all up in his face and kinda pushed him back. He came at me next, and I was really close to taking a swing at his knees or something, but the other manager had quickly gotten back up, and he resumed harassing him. After about 2 minutes of tiptoeing around a brawl, and his wife presumably screaming for him to get back in the car, he eventually gets in, and they drive off. I won't forget the glossed over look in his eyes as he came after me. Freaks me out to this day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that bell to turn on notifications, so you'll be sure to know when the next video comes out. Want to watch some more? Check out my other videos. I really do appreciate everyone who helps make these videos possible. And as always, thanks for watching.